Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Financial Freeway. My name is David J. Atwood. I am the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And it is Monday morning, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful morning. Actually, it's kind of nice. A little bit late leaving the house today, which kind of sucks, which means I'm going to miss lose out on my beautiful prime parking spot. And I'm also going to be stuck in a little bit of traffic. But today, on Friday, I normally do the cold dip with Seth. And we normally do it on Fridays. And this Friday, we couldn't make it happen for whatever reason. So I ended up having to just have a cold shower, which is just as miserable. But it also, it keeps that momentum going with the cold water therapy that I've been doing for the last 2 years now. And there we go. And so we had decided that couldn't do it Friday, so we said we'll do it Monday. So we did it this morning, which meant a little bit late leaving the house, not gonna be able to hit the gym. But I figure it's important, like we do it. And it actually, I think the way I kind of look at it is at 5:30 in the morning, you choose your misery, and we choose the cold water of the Pacific Ocean. Do that, and we go in there and we freeze for about 15 minutes. But this morning was actually really beautiful, because I showed up there I usually show about 10 minutes early so I can, maybe do my German course or something while I'm sitting at the beach, in utter blackness. So I got there and it was dark, like really dark. And sitting there watching, you start to see little things happen, right? There's one person coming along collecting cans from all the garbage cans that are on the beach. Another man was walking his dog with a headlamp on the beach. It was interesting, in pitch black, in the black of the morning. And then Seth arrived, and we were both, secretly hoping the other guy forgot and we were going to be able to get a free day. But no, we both remembered, so we were both there. And we got out to the water, and within a few minutes, the dark turned to twilight of the early morning. And I gotta tell you, it's so beautiful watching that transformation from night to morning. Even though it is absolutely miserable being in the cold, it is really, really, really cool to be there experiencing it. So got that done. We did our 15 minutes of misery, got home, no time to shower, no time to do workout. I'm a little bit behind, there's a little bit of traffic on the road, but these are the things that we do. I think it's underrated. We do have to, I believe, have something that we push against. And if we don't have something that we push against naturally, like in the past, we'd get up in the morning, and it wasn't that long ago, we'd get up in the morning and we'd have to hunt for our breakfast. And when you think about it, oh yeah, it's not too long ago that we'd have to actually go out there and hunt for our breakfast. And we don't have that anymore. We don't have to push against that. So there's other things that we need to do to keep that natural human experience. I believe that we do need to get up in the morning and start the day, aggressively. There was this movie called Hitch, and I loved Alex Hitchinson. And I loved one of the things he said was, get up every morning as if it's on purpose. And I like that. Get up as if you want to get up. You want to do things. You want to be a part of life. I love relaxing like I really do enjoy relaxing, and I think with Gabby has I like to watch television, and Gabby does not. She actually does not like watching television at all. She would rather do other things. So, but I do like relaxing. However, I do believe that we as humans are meant to work, are meant to strive and struggle every day, and that struggle brings us closer to satisfaction. There's this myth that goes around saying that you deserve to be happy all the time, and I really don't think that's true. I believe if you're trying to be happy all the time, you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna have a miserable life. I really believe that the true joy in life is when you have accomplishment and that satisfaction of getting to a new goal. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a whole bunch of people out there right now are saying, no, you're wrong. But I truly believe that happiness is fleeting. And happiness is an emotion that it's fleeting. And trying to maintain a happy state, whether it be artificially through drugs or alcohol or adrenaline or whatever the case is, it's a loser's game. You cannot sustain that. But what you can sustain is sustain satisfaction. And sometimes, a lot of times, satisfaction is has the same covering, same candy coated shell as happiness. So it's okay to struggle, and I actually prefer it, because the more I put and for me it's cold. Have a cold shower. Everyone who's watching me right now has the ability to have a cold shower. And I'm lucky I live close to the ocean, so I can go in the ocean every morning if I wanted to. However, the nice thing about a cold shower, will say, is you're still experiencing the same misery as I am when I'm in the ocean, except when you turn the tap off, you're not covered in sand and you're in a dry, warm house, where when I turn the timer off, I'm still crawling out of the water, up the beach, to the car, and then starting the car, and it's just a whole ritual, and the misery lasts a little bit longer. But if you need to have, I believe you need to have something in your life that is not great. And whether it be look, I loved my kids. I loved raising my kids. I loved being a dad. I really looking forward to being a granddad. I truly found happiness and joy in being a parent. But it was work. And it was a get up, and there was no break. There was no pause. There was no, it was just a constant awareness. And then when the kids went away, when the kids got, in their late teens and they didn't need their dad anymore, I wasn't, didn't need to make them breakfast, didn't need to make them lunch. All of a sudden, that pressure's gone. And once that's gone and we start floating and drifting aimlessly, that's where we have to be careful. There's a study done years ago, and this is why I'm such a huge proponent of early retirement, is men who retire from traditional jobs. Like say you're a welder and you got in young, you started welding when you were 20, you're now going to be able to retire at 55 with a full pension. There are a lot of people who will retire from that pension, and I think the study was done where, and I have to go and do the research on this, but this is something really interesting. Maybe I'll do a blog post on it, put it on financialfreeway23.ca, so you can see the actual study that was done on it. But it goes something like this. If you retire at 55, you're going to live until you're 82 on average. If you retire at 65, you're going to live to be 67 on average. On average, the person, men, and this is for men who retire at 65 years old usually die within 9 months. How scary is that? Dead at 9 months. You retire from your job that you worked all your life to do, and you're retired and you die. And I believe that's because you go home, you relax, you wake up in the morning, and you've lost purpose. You've lost direction. You've lost that thing to get up and kind of hate every day. You kind of resent it. You kind of get up and go, I can't believe I have to do this every day. And yet once it's gone, you lose that direction in life. You lose that sense of reason to get up in the morning. So that's why I believe that we need to have something in our life that is a little bit miserable. And maybe it's your job. For me, actually, I kind of like my job. The only miserable part of my job is the traffic to get to it in the morning, and the traffic I'm stuck with on the way home from work. That's the only miserable part. My job's actually quite enjoyable. And, so some would say that's why I'm still there doing it. I quite enjoy it. I have a good relationship with my management team. I've got good relationship with the people I work with. They're friends. So it's a great place to be. So it's not miserable for me. So when the kids left and I didn't have that, and again, I'm not saying I didn't love my children. I loved my children, as I loved being a parent, all that stuff. But it was work. It was a grind to be a parent. And so when they left, and I needed, and I was on my own, I needed something to kind of push against. And I don't even know if I'm saying this the right way. I'm just saying, in my mind, you need something that's a little bit of misery in your life. Look, if you were to spend your life, this is basically the nutshell of what I'm going to try and say today. If you were going to spend your life pursuing happiness and avoiding discomfort, avoiding misery, doing anything you can to avoid pain, that's a life of misery. That's a true miserable existence. It's the path to destruction. Trying to avoid pain and misery is absolutely the path to destruction. If you've got something bad to do, do it. Lean into it. Don't shy away from it. Don't pull away from it. If you avoid, say you avoid this one class because you have to do a public speaking thing and you don't want to do public speaking, you fail the class, or you don't get the class credit, so you don't complete your whatever in university. There's a job that you want to get. It pays a lot more, but unfortunately you don't have the education, so you have to go back to school and get that higher education for it. But you avoid it because you don't like it, and it's boring, and reading sucks, and there's so much more fun things to do, especially around this time of year with the spring and the summer. If you avoid those things that you don't like, you are destined to have a life of misery. So in the event that you don't have something in your life that you don't like, have a cold shower. Have a cold shower. Put it on cold. Put the timer on for 3 minutes and sit there in the shower miserable for 3 minutes. It'll be the worst part of your day. It'll be the absolute worst part of your day. And the great thing about that, when I walked into the ocean this morning, I knew that was the low point of my day. My day's not going to get worse than that. Not emotionally, and no one's going to be able to do anything worse to me than I've already done to myself. So I get to go to work knowing that everything's going like this now. So I'm not a masochist. I just realized that there's also a lot of other benefits to cold water, which I've talked about before. But I believe it's important to lean into the things you don't want to do. Look, you don't want to save. I get it. You don't want to pay your taxes. I get it. It's scary. It's you letting the bills get too high. That credit card statement or that company's calling you saying, "Hey, where's our money, bitch?" And you're just avoiding it all. Start leaning into those things. Open that mail. Answer the phone calls. Deal with your crap. Deal with it head on. And the more you deal with it, the more you start picking away at all these things that are you're avoiding. Like public speaking or educating yourself or going to the gym. Or here's one, dieting. I mean, that one sucks. I'm still struggling with my diet and it sucks. It sucks. Like today I'm having an apple. That's my meal today is an apple. Absolutely miserable. And think about this. I'm having an apple after I just had a really crappy experience by walking into the cold, dark water this morning. Well, it wasn't that crappy, actually. It was just cold and miserable, but it was actually quite beautiful. So lean into those things because those will make you happier. It sounds counterintuitive, I know, but like when I was telling guys, when you're trying to meet a woman, don't talk to the ugly chicks at the bar. Go talk to the most beautiful woman in the bar because it's scary. That's where the true happiness lies. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching me and listening to me on my commute to work. I still think I might be able to get that great parking spot, so I'm going to go give it a shot. Thanks so much for watching. If you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know when these things pop up. I try to put them up as often as I can, but it is time consuming, so I do it when I can. But yeah, hit the notification button. It's good for you. You haven't already, check out financialfreeway23.ca. That's where all the really good stuff is, and that's where that starting over spreadsheet is that you can look at and go through and see if it works for you. And finally, as I always say, the most important thing is to spread the good word, people. We need to tell everyone out there that everyone has a right to a life of abundance and success. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for supporting what I'm doing here. I'm on a mission. We are all on a mission here at Financial Freeway to make sure people, everyone in the world, understands that they have a right to live a life of success and abundance. Thanks so much. God bless wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful day. Choose your misery.